For the next year, Fox 12 is counting down to America's 250th birthday by sharing stories of Pacific Northwest history.
For today's story, Tony makes a connection between Portland streetcar service of the past and the expanding service in our future.
In 2028, history will repeat itself when the Portland Bureau of Transportation will begin a project to expand the Portland streetcar system. The extension will help establish a new transit-oriented mixed-use district near Montgomery Park in northwest Portland, transforming this and other vacant lots like it into urban destinations. But that idea of expanding public transit to spur neighborhood growth is nothing new to Portland. In fact, it dates back to the city's founding. Portland's first public transportation system came in the form of horse-drawn wagons. The year was 1872. In the early 1900s, cars were still rare, so electric streetcar lines, often owned and operated by real estate developers, offered easy access to Portland's growing suburbs.
A lot of those early streetcar lines were basically real estate speculation, where they built the lines and hoped that people would come.
By 1920, streetcars were at the peak of their popularity, with over 30 lines crisscrossing the city. And trolley cars gave easy access to new neighborhoods in the hills above Portland. To draw interest to the area, Council Crest was crowned with a world-class amusement park.
Like roller coaster rides and flume rides and a dance hall. And it was a huge attraction. I think by the summer of 1912, there were 40,000 people a week visiting for the summer season.
For some, that was a few people too many.
Dancing kept getting banned and then reinstated because they thought that was bringing unsavory elements up to the heights.
At that time, streetcar service could take you from the hills in the west to 82nd Avenue in the east, and from the North Kenton neighborhood to Selwood in the south. These streetcar tracks here at Southeast Belmont and 33rd Avenue are gone now, but this neighborhood they helped establish remains.
Portland is made up of little villages that were along the streetcar line. So you've got your Belmonts, you've got your Mississippis, you've got your Albertas, you've got your Woodstocks. All of these were along the old streetcar lines.
At one point, Portland was home to several different rail companies. Some provided service, others existed only on paper.
The whole thing was speculation in a lot of ways. It's kind of like railroad robber baron days, just in streetcar size.
As the 1940s came to a close, most of those companies had consolidated. By then, buses, both electric and combustion engine, were considered faster and more versatile than streetcars. The American highway system was also growing, and more people than ever owned cars of their own. Streetcars were being squeezed out. For the next 30 years, cars ruled the road, and more Portland streets than ever were being paved. But by the 1970s, all those cars and the emissions that came with them began to take their toll. Part of the solution was to, you guessed it, bring public rail transportation back. By 1986, TriMet's brand new Max Blue Line was in service, connecting Gresham and downtown Portland. Today, between Max and streetcar service, riders in Portland have access to over 75 miles of public rail transportation.
Streetcars kind of have this magic about them that people respond to.
The streetcar expansion will add about 1.5 miles of new track, but it won't add any more overhead wires. The new streetcars will be hybrid battery electric, bringing a modern twist to Portland streetcar service and proof that these rails from the past have a place in Portland's future. I'm Tony Martinez, Fox 12 Oregon.
Bravo.
Oh my gosh,
well done.
that was amazing.
Awesome.
Thanks to Mike Heinrich, who helped put that together, and the Portland City Archives for those vintage photos. But what's old is new again.
So
interesting.
Yeah, it's funny how it
the
kind of
trolley
repeats
car's
itself.
not quite as cute as it used to be.
But it is fascinating to know how these neighborhoods, you sort of take for granted, it's just, the Belmont, district is, but it's there because they built a line to get to it, and that's how it began to grow.
So where can people learn more about this?
Well, so on the Fox 12, thank you for asking, by the way.
Truly, it's really
I've
great.
totally forgotten. No, the Fox 12 streaming app.
Okay.
We've added more of those transitions that Mike put together with the
So
kind
great.
of before and after, which are so fun to look
He's
at.
such a talent.
And a neat history lesson. I
Yeah.
love
Really
it. You
neat.
know, for somebody who's
All
been in
we-
Portland for a long time or just moved here, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, all we need now is to rebuild a, you know, an amusement park at the top
Yes.
of.
Totally, would
yeah,
that be
Council
great?
Road.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I should have never torn that down.
I'm so impressed.
Let's